Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We come out every week to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom and also the kingdom of Esau, and to give praise to the Most High and His Son and honors to our elders. All right, but before we do so, we want to say call.
Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah.
All right, double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, we're going to start off with the scripture, man. We're going to go through Revelation 14 today. Because the Lord, the Most High, through Yahweh Shai, is making a division. Not only a division of the Israelites from the world, but also a division within the world of Israel. All right? So let's start off with this precept, man, because you're going to have a lot of our people that call on many names. They'll say his name is Jebus, they'll say Yahuwah, and then you say Yahweh, and they'll be like, yeah, that's what I meant. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 8. It says, for if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?
Right, so the Lord told us to go out and what? Blow the trumpet to our people. All right, blow you the trumpet in Zion. But the trumpet got to give a certain sound, all right, a sure sound. Because, if it's a brass band, you don't want to be playing percussion. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or they saying play this tune, this jazz tune, and you playing rock and roll. It's going to throw off the beat. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9.
So we got to give a certain sound. And the Lord wants us to give a certain sound, meaning the sure sound, which would be his name, his son's name, which is a vibration. Right? That's what sound represents too, vibration, the proper vibration, and then also the doctrine. All that got to be perfect, aligned with the initial sound that went out 2,000 years ago. All right? You can't change the tune all of a sudden. So,
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 9. It says, so likewise, except ye utter by the tongue words easy to be understood,
there you go.
How shall it be known what is spoken?
All right. So that goes in speaking in tongues. All right, now let's go to Revelation 14 now. Revelation 14 and 4. Just bear with me on these precepts. Somebody's passing me on and all that. Just real quick.
Revelation.
Yeah, let's go through it. Yeah.
Revelation 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Right. So now let's go up to verse 1. Let's go to verse 1 maybe. Just get some context on it.
Revelation 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
All right, just to get the context, man, this is talking about who? That lamb is talking about Yahweh Shai, and the 144,000 represent the Lord's elect. All right, the elect of Israel, the ones who we'll call the pure in heart. All right, so we might title this video the pure in heart. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2, and I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers, harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne.
Right, where you at?
Verse 3. And they sung, as it were.
All right, can you go back to 2? Let's slow down just a little bit.
Revelation 14 and 2. And I heard a voice from the heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder.
Okay, I'm looking at 15, my bad.
And I heard the voice of harpers, harping with their harps.
Right, so that goes into the Most High, issuing out his judgment. The angels praising the Lord, praising Yahweh Shai, and they're singing a certain song of praise in the heavens. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne.
Right, because the old song was the song of Moses. And that song was just to who? Yahweh. But now there's a new song to where we sing Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? The song, and also the song of Moses. Right?
And before the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but that 144,000.
Right, so right there it's saying, and they sung. Who is it talking about in they sung? It's talking about the angels out in heaven singing a new song. Before that, they were just praising the Most High. Then after that, they praising the Most High and His Son. But the only one that's going to understand that on this earth, about Yahweh sending Yahweh Shai back to redeem us in the second Egypt, is the elect. They're the only one that's going to be able to sing that song on earth. All right, in reflection of the song that's being sung out in the heavens, the proper vibration. Go ahead, brother.
Which were redeemed from the earth.
All right, that's gonna be go back like one verse. I mean one line.
Come on. But the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Right, so these are the only ones that's gonna be able to learn that song that's sung out in heaven. All right, keep going.
Verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women.
So this is who it's talking about. These were they that were not defiled with women. All right, now we want to fractionalize this verse. Go ahead, let's finish it.
For they are virgins.
But they are virgins, meaning pure, untouched, clean, white. Go ahead.
They are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. All right, go ahead, one more.
These were redeemed from among men.
Right, so these are going to be redeemed from amongst the men. The same way Lot was redeemed, the same way Noah was redeemed from amongst men. All right, so now, and the foundation of that was set 2,000 years ago with the elect. So let's get into Revelation 14. Let's go to where it says, these were they. Can you read that part again?
Not defiled with women, right?
Yeah.
Revelations 14:4.
Can somebody get 2 Ezra 2:41?
These are they which were not defiled with women.
There you go. So these were they. So who's the they that it's talking about? All right, let's get that. If it said these were they, that means it must be mentioned other places in the scriptures about these individuals.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 41.
Yep, then we're going to skip to 45.
The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled.
Right, so this is the day that it's talking about. Revelation 7 real quick. The number 144,000.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed.
They and them again, go ahead.
And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So that's what we're looking for. All right, that's who we're fishing through the people for. And that's what the Lord is looking for, ultimately. All right, the 144,000, 12, go ahead.
And it says, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000.
Yeah, that's powerful, brother.
Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man can number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
That's deep, right? So that's 12,000 from each tribe, man. And these tribes are what do you say? We're gonna deliver from the place we scattered them. They shall remember themselves. Yeah, somebody, Jeremiah 3 and 11. Either one.
This is Baruch. So 2 and 30, right?
Yeah.
Chapter 2, verse 30. It says,
Jeremiah 30 and 11.
this is verse 30 of Baruch chapter 2. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves.
Woo, so in the land of our captivity, that's where we at. And the main place of the deliverance where the 2/3 are going to be cut off at is here in America. All right, and that needs to be understood too. When he talks about 2/3, he's talking about out of this place, America. He said 2 parts going to be left therein. He's talking about right here in this place. All right. First, you're going to have 2/3 around the world, but they're going to be executed by the men of the Lord in the kingdom. All right, they're going to be put to death. So now, somebody, that was it. So in the place where we were scattered, who was it talking about? The 12 tribes of Israel. All right.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
It's Jeremiah 30:11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I scatter thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
There you go. All right. So now Ezekiel 11 and 16. So we're gonna go through some suffering here. That's why we came into slavery. All right. We gotta go through the persecution and affliction. But you're gonna have 2/3. They're gonna be cut off. He said, what do you say? I should not leave you unpunished.
Mm-hmm.
That goes with Amos chapter 9. Yeah. Hold on.
11 and 16.
Where it says, the evil shall not overtake or prevent us.
This Amos chapter 9, verse 10. Verse 10, it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, but say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Oh no, verse 8. Verse 8.
Verse 8?
Yeah, verse 8. Yeah, that way he say he's gonna not leave us altogether unpunished. So he's gonna punish 2/3 of our people. All right, go ahead.
It's Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
Right, go ahead.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Yeah.
For lo, I will command to sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve.
Right, he's gonna search out for the elect, man. To sift the wicked from amongst the elect. Go ahead.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
All right.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, but say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
See that? So he could deliver all Israel, but he said what? What is it?
It says,
That destroy part?
it says,
yeah, utterly saving, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. But he's going to destroy a portion of it. All right, so let's keep, somebody else wants to read?
Ezekiel 11 and 16.
Ezekiel,
This is Ezekiel 11 and 16. It says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary.
There you go, and this is our little sanctuary. In the spirit of Yahweh Shai, called the church. All right, called out, being gathered together. And the Lord is our sanctuary. Now, and those that dwell in that sanctuary, that goes with Ezekiel 91. Somebody get that? Psalm 91, my bad, I just don't want to let go of that. All right? So, the Lord said that we were going to be scattered. Read that again, brother, nice and loud.
It says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh.
Right, that's the Father's true name, Yahweh. And he's talking to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man. That's the true name. And he's the Messiah from the tribe of Judah. Go ahead, brother.
It says, although I have cast them far off among the heathen.
The Lord said he cast us far off among the heathen. All right, these are called heathens in the scriptures. That's what God called them. We didn't call them that. But these are people right here. You know, they the main ones that don't want to hear it, but go ahead.
And although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries.
Right, so we got a hiding place. We got a place to run into. Wherever we were scattered at. All right, so that's what this represents. He said a man shall be as a hiding place, right? Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Somebody reading that, the other one I asked for?
Is it Psalm 91?
Yeah, Psalm 91.
This is Psalm 91.
Right, that little sanctuary. Go ahead.
It's like, oh, nah, you get it.
This is Psalms chapter 91 and verse 1.
Yep.
He that dwelleth in the secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, so that's the secret place. Somebody, the name of the tower, strong tower. All right, so that's the secret place, man. Being in this truth. Being in the altar. That's the secret place, man. Being in his presence. All right, and that's the sanctuary. You see that?
This is Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
There you go. The righteous run into it and it's safe, man. All right, so his name is our protection here. All right, somebody get that Ezekiel 38. All of them dwelling without walls. You gotta understand this scripture too. Ezekiel 38. Let me take a time to find it. I don't know what part it's in though.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38.
And the one wall villages.
Fine. I'm going to start at verse 11.
Yeah.
It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages.
Right, so this is what Russia's saying. They're gonna come up to the land of unwalled villages. Of course, America's defense. They got a defense system. All right, it's really talking about our people not being protected. Go ahead.
I will go to them that are at rest.
So they go to them that are at rest. Go ahead. Talking about this damn Babylonians. Go ahead.
That dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls.
So we're here dwelling safely in the truth. We got safety in the truth. All right, we're dwelling in the sanctuary of the Lord because 2/3 aren't dwelling safely. All right, read that again.
And it says,
all of them dwelling without walls, with bars and gates, right?
Without, and having neither bars nor gates.
Right, all right. So we're walking around here, and America has no defense to really protect us here. But our confidence comes from our faith in the Lord, the same faith that Moses had. All right, but we can have the misdirected faith, where you have faith in Jesus. That name Jesus, which means Zeus. Our people are praising Zeus. All right, go ahead, brother. They keep pulling you every time, man. Every time they keep pulling you. Every time. All right, where we at? Somebody reading. We got like 2, I think, right? Ezekiel 38. That's when we started. Ezekiel, I think, right?
Ezekiel 16, you told him to hold that where he's at 11 to 16.
Yeah, because the secret place is the sanctuary. Yep, that's right, man. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is back at Ezekiel 11 and 16.
Right, man. So we got a hiding place, man.
It says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, although I have cast them far off among the heathen,
right,
and although I have scattered them among the countries.
Right, so where we were scattered, the Lord's going to draw back through the Spirit 144,000 in a small multitude. That's what we just read. Go ahead, brother.
Yet will not be to them as a little sanctuary.
Yep, go ahead.
In the countries where they shall come.
See, in the countries where they shall come, man. All right, and where we were scattered at and driven after 70 AD. All right, go ahead. I ain't gonna get off track to go into all that. Go ahead, brother. We gotta get back to this one. Go ahead, keep on to 16 and 17.
All right, verse 17, it says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries.
Right, but so what happened in John 3:16? Where it said the whole world gonna be saved.
Then that plus 1.
Right, plus 1. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord said He's gonna gather us from out of the people. You know, not the whole world gonna be saved. So they got it misconstrued in these churches, man. All right. So that was it, right?
Allah. It says, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered. I will give you the land of Israel.
Right. So and He's gonna give us the land of Israel. And now who's gonna get the land of Israel, man? We know that by reading Revelation 21. Where it talk about the 12 gates. The same thing we read in the beginning, Revelation 7. Where it said the 12 tribes, 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. So it said He's going to give us the land of Israel. So how can He give Esau that land where they don't have a land, a lot, thank you. A better word too, more ancient word, you know. They don't have a lot for themselves there. You know? And the Lord even says that in Amos 9 and 8, that everything of Esau is going to be given to us.
And also it goes back to the promise that He made to Abraham when He showed him that way.
Yeah.
said, but he wasn't talking about all. He was talking about specific bloodline. That blessing is the children of the promise. Bottom line.
Right, and even with that, he's not gonna allow all Israel to just walk into that land. He's gonna have the first fruits that walk into his rest.
Appreciate it.
So he had to set that up. Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, start at verse 8. It says, behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together, a great company shall return thither.
That's beautiful, man. Go ahead, you got it.
Just to back up what the elder was saying, and the points that are coming out, he's going to gather from the north country. And what's the north country? Talking about this place here, known as Babylon the Great, all right, aka the USA. All right, this is the north country. It's even in the title you can see North America.
Right. Yep. Where's that at? He wanted to rule over. There you go. Isaiah 14 and 13 real quick. So I want to match you on that scripture real quick. All right, then don't lose what you had. You had something.
It's Isaiah 14 and 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Right, that's what these devils did, man. They want to rule and be like the Most High. All right, and this is, and go ahead.
13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh.
Whoa, so they want to exalt their throne, their rulership above not only the heavens, but above these people, representing the stars of heaven. All right, they wanted to rule over us, but where did they want to rule over us at? Go ahead, brother.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
There you go, in the sides of the north, like the brother was just reading. All right, and this is where we're going to be delivered at from that damn devil. They're trying to set a trap for us. He said the speckled bird is going to be delivered like a bird from the snare of the fowler, man. You see that? So it's going to be a select number that's going to be delivered from this damn devil's trap. That's what deliverance is. All right, thank you, bro. So let's go back to where we was at. I think,
yeah, it's second Ezra chapter.
Right, we still dealing with who is the day that is talking about Revelation 14. All right.
The second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed.
There you go, man. All right. 45. 2 and 45. All the way to 47.
This is second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 45.
Right, Romans 2 and 5.
He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
There you go. It says, these be they. All right, go ahead. Once again.
Now are they crowned and receive palms.
So the elect are going to be crowned and receive palms in their hand. Because the ones that carry a sword, they usually have to fight, but the ones carry a palm or a golden girdle above their chest, they would be considered like prince or royalty. All right, peaceful people. That's what them palms represent, a peaceable people. With, I ain't gonna go there though. Second Ezra 13, where it says a peaceable people was brought into them. But we know what that means. We're talking about the elect. All right. So when you see the palms in the hands, it represents a peaceable multitude. All right. 47.
Okay, yeah. So, let me just start from the top again. I mean 45.
47.
Yeah. This is second Ezra chapter 2 verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
There you go. So we're standing stiffly for the name of the Lord. And what did that make us? Pillars in the truth. All right? And you got to endure. And endurance like a tree that's planted in the ground with roots. And the winds blow and the seasons change. Birds nest in the feathers. All kinds of things go around it. But it's not supposed to change this process of bearing fruit. It's supposed to be deep rooted. And it's supposed to be ready when the Lord shows up for the harvest. All right, so that's what he means when he says these stood so stiffly, meaning stand your ground, man. All right, being immovable.
Rooted in.
Yeah, let's get it. You know where it's at?
What you said?
Yeah, rooted, built up, or something like that. I think it go like that. You can't find it. You can't find it. Yeah.
This is you got Zephaniah 3 and 12.
Anything with that Revelation 14, I want to stay off of that, but I don't think so. Go ahead.
All right. This is Zephaniah 3 and 12. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord.
Yeah, no, we good. That's perfect.
The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, but they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid.
Yeah, we can hold that till later. We get to that point.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we're still focusing on the day.
Okay.
But the mouth part, we're gonna need that in a minute.
Okay.
Better say that part.
All right.
The lies coming out the mouth.
All right. I still got the did you still want the escape from the snare of the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who are they? You know?
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is Colossians chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 6. As ye have therefore received Hamashiach, Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Right. Go ahead.
Hey, Khan, man, just being rooted in the Lord. You know, the things that the Lord Yahushua have set you in, continue in those things, continue in this truth, man. Roughly paraphrasing, those that continue in my word are surely my disciples, man. So therefore, if you continue in this word of the Lord, Yahushua, it'll show that you're his, man. It'll show that you're one of his ones that's going to endure to the end if you continue to go within his work until the end, you know?
Right. And not only standing, but also walking. So walking means staying steady on your path, you know, and staying steady on that narrow path, not falling to the left or to the right. All right, all the way to the end, endurance.
Precept. On the tree. My damn planet. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper.
His leaf also shall not wither. Oh, damn. Right? But what did it say? Somebody get that? The heath in the garden I was talking about earlier. Yeah, man, my bad. I'm kind of hitting on some curveballs. The heath. So he said,
Or heat.
heath. Yep. Hold on one second, man. That's what just text. I'm horrible texting my left hand. Thank you. Yeah. So he said, what? His leaf shall not wither. The one that's planted, he's going to get all the water. You know, the Lord said he's pouring down his spirit from the heavens in these times. And this tree, these trees are going to be watered and fruitful, man. All right? And deep rooted. And we know the rivers, the trees planted by the river get the most nutrients. All right? Somebody got it?
Jeremiah 17, start with 5.
I think so.
Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusted in man, and that maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart hath departed from the Lord.
Right. So he said the elect, their leaves shall not wither. Why? He said because their leaves are going to be for the healing of the nation, to be able to heal our people with those leaves. Right? Which basically meaning you speaking this truth. Right? The Lord going to be able to use you to help heal our nation. But those that trust in man and that don't want to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua and what he set up, they're going to go through this.
Jeremiah 17:6. For he shall be like a heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh.
They're going to be like a heath in the desert. We were just talking about that. And shall not see when the what?
When the good cometh.
When the good cometh, man. They're gonna be like a dry patch of grass out in the desert. This is a whole park full of dry grass. But imagine the desert, and then way out in the middle of that desert, there's a tiny little patch that don't get no water. Right? Imagine it not being watered. So when Yahushua shows up to pluck for the harvest, he's gonna tear that tree down. He's gonna burn it up, because it's a heath in the garden. There's no fruit growing on it, because it hasn't been watered. All right, but he said the elect, their leaf shall not wither. All right, and how do your leaf not wither? You're gonna be watered, taken care of. See that as a pillar. Let's go to Romans 2 and 5.
This is Romans chapter 2, verse 5.
Right. Revelation 14 again.
But after they hardness in an infinite heart cheereth up thy self-wrath.
Read that again.
Verse 5, but after thy hardness in an infinite heart, sorry.
Oh, no, you're right.
Infinite heart treasureth up unto thy self-wrath. Romans 2 and 5, right?
Yeah, Romans 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Is there any more on that? It is, right? I probably didn't write. Keep going.
But after thy hardness in infinite heart treasure up thy self-wrath against the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of Yahweh, who will render to every man according to his deeds.
Keep going.
Verse 7, to them who by patient continuance in well-doing seek for glory and honor and immortality, eternal life, but unto them that are conscious and contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath. Tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil, of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile.
All right. So the Lord making a division. Let's get. So now let's read this real quick. Revelation 14.
Start verse 4.
Yeah. Again.
Revelation 14 and 4.
Right.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
Let's stop there. All right. So these are they. We know who the they is now. All right. We already know, but we just explain it for others. That we're not defiled. Let's get into that word defiled. All right. Somebody get the definition of it, even though we know what it means. Just getting the definition. Yeah, you go to lexicon. Revelation 14 and what was that? 4. All right, that word defiled. These were not defiled with women. And the women it's talking about there is talking about false doctrine. It's talking about the ways of this world. And it's also talking about another woman. And we're going to show that who that is. The elect are not going to be defiled with it.
Defiled, it means to pollute, stain, contaminate, defile.
There you go.
All right. It says used in the New Testament of those who have not kept themselves to be defiled, those who have not kept themselves pure from defilements of sin, who have spoiled themselves by fornication and adultery.
There you go. There's everything we just said. Fornication and adultery, spiritual fornication, spiritual adultery. All right, and also sin, which goes into physical adultery. You know, all kind of laws they're breaking happily. All right. So that when it talks about being defiled, that's what it's talking about. It's not talking about a man sleeping with a woman. You know, these are men that the Lord was talking about being first fruits, chosen, untainted fruit.
Precept.
All right, just like the lamb, unspotted. Defiled. One second. Let me just. What it pertains to?
Women.
Give me a second. Which one is it?
Proverbs 7.
No, I want to wait on that. Yeah, I want to wait on that. All right, defiled. Look at Matthew 15 and 16. And get 1 Peter 3 and 21. All right, we're focusing on the word defiled, not the women part yet.
Matthew chapter 15 and 6. You say 15 and 16?
Yeah, okay.
Matthew chapter 15 and 16.
Yep.
And Yahushua said, are ye also yet without understanding? Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth and goeth into the belly is cast into the draught?
Right. Which, you know, if somebody eat certain foods like lamb, you know, and they ain't wash their hands. Not saying you can eat pork. like Buddy out there.
Yeah.
He's saying because of this scripture you can eat pork. No, man. He's saying right here they were talking about eating with dirty hands and making your food unclean. That was a custom that our people were pushing 2,000 years ago. And Yahushua was like, "No, man, it ain't that serious. Just eat your food, man, and you're gonna poop it out anyway. You got already got a cleansing system that I put together in the body.
Right.
You're just gonna poop that out. But it's really about what can make the soul defiled. You know." And that's with your confessions, that can defile your own soul. What comes out of the mouth, what you're saying. If you're telling people they can eat pork, you're defiling yourself.
Hey, Con, scripture say with the mouth confession is made into salvation.
Yep, we're gonna get all of those. Yep. Who was reading?
I was reading Matthew 15. I was at verse 18.
Okay, look at 1 Peter 3 and 21.
This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 21. The like figure whereunto even baptism doth also now save us.
Right, so the like figure, baptism saves us now, being baptized in the spirit of truth, man. All right, baptism means to be fully submerged, all right, in the faith. Not partially submerged, but to be fully clean, okay? And we're baptized in the spirit of truth. Go ahead.
Not the putting away of the filth.
Go ahead.
Not the putting away of the filth of the flesh.
Yeah.
But the answer of good consciousness, a good conscience towards Yahweh.
There you go. And that's what it's talking about where it says, these were not defiled with women. No guile was found in their mouth. They're going to have a good conscience to the Most High. All right? A good conscience meaning your soul. All right? Keep going. That was all the way to what? Yeah, that was basically it, the point, right? So let's get Titus 1 and 15. You got something? Fountain? Fountain?
Yeah, that and yeah,
okay. We'll probably deal with the fountain in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 and 15.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 15.
Yeah, kind of sorry about that.
And it says, unto the pure, all things are pure.
Yeah, and what did he say? Can you read that Revelation 14 again?
Revelation 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, but they that are they are virgins.
They are virgins. All right, and somebody get the word virgin. I think it means Parthenos. Parthenos, G3933. All right, and we want like the, I think the second definition or the third definition, not the. Yeah, man. All right, because it said they are virgins before the Most High, meaning what? Pure.
It says, a man who has abstained from all uncleanness
We just read defiled.
and whoredom attended on idolatry, and so has kept his chastity.
Right. Yep. So a man attended what? My bad.
It's like, yeah, this blue that I don't like this one. It says, a man who has abstained from all uncleanness.
There you go. Meaning keeping yourself. All right. Abstaining from all uncleanness, not eating pork. You know. Right?
And whoredom.
And whoredom, idolatry, Easter,
God.
Mother's Day, all these different holidays they celebrating. We staying away from all of that. Go ahead.
Attended on idolatry,
Yep.
and so has kept his chastity.
So that, you see that? So we kept ourselves chaste as virgins, man, in the truth, in the spirit of truth, man. Because once you're reborn in the spirit, you're made anew. Once you're baptized in the truth. And then what they say when they dunk you in the water, you're new, you come back up. Well, you're made a new creature. And as a newborn babe, you have to be built up. And then you have to be chaste as a virgin. All the way until the day of the Lord arrives. The husbandman arrives for the wife, for the woman. All right, so let's get, no, can you read that again? Any precepts dealing with that? Defile.
Revelation 14 or Titus?
Virgin, huh?
Revelation
14.
Okay.
Revelation 14 and 4.
Yep, and then we go Titus one more time.
These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
They're pure. Go ahead, brother. Rakah.
This is Titus 1 and 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
There you go. All right, so this doctrine is going to be pure to them. But the confessions of their heart is going to be pure. Just talking about the elect. All right, and they're pure before the Most High. They're virgins. All right. Yeah, go ahead. They were not defiled with women. We're gonna get into that next.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with the godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as chaste virgins to Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. So Paul said he had a fire of righteous jealousy and provoking to emulation those that are of the elect to keep them as chaste virgins to be presented to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
Right. What was that, 5 and 17?
Huh?
5 and 17, that's what that was?
No, that was 2 Corinthians 11 and 2.
Okay. Okay.
You want to go 5 and 17?
Not yet. Trying to build up something for people to learn. You know, like really stacking learning. You know what I mean? Learning the slow every day. Okay. We got few people watching us.
So we still on the virgins?
Let's go to women now.
Women.
All right. So this will be an understanding of the term women. We know what it means, but we're helping those to understand. For when you do your breakdowns and you teach them. Revelation 17 and 1, let's understand what women is. Let's talk about the women.
This is Revelation chapter 17.
Right.
Verse.
Verse. Not defiled with women. Go ahead. This is one of the women it's talking about.
Verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Verse 2.
Okay.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, there you go. So the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her fornication. That goes into her business, her idolatry, all the wickedness that's in this place. But the elect are going to overcome that. All right, and so she's one of those women that it's talking about. It's talking about America and the witchcraft that's here and the idolatry that they push here. All right, so that's one, dealing with idolatry. But I want to get something else real quick. Revelation 14:11. 15:2.
15 and 2. This is Revelation. This is Revelation 15 and 2.
Yep.
And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass.
Right, the sea of glass represents the firmament that's around the earth. Okay, go ahead.
Mingled with fire.
Mingled with fire, meaning that's why the scriptures say the smoke thereof is going to go up forever. Meaning way far, it's going to seem like it's going up there forever, off into the sky. All right, as far as distance. Meaning what? The mushroom clouds, that fire is going to hit that firmament, man. All right, go ahead.
And them that had gotten the victory over the beast.
Yep, so and the elect are going to be on the firmament, standing on the firmament or in chariots. They got the victory over the beast.
And over his image.
And over his image. What's the beast? The beast represents America, Europe, the EU, and NATO right here. All right, got the victory over that whole system. And this is where it's going to be pushed at, right here in America. So where it says these were not defiled with women, meaning the elect are not going to fall victim to this, America's plan. Go ahead.
And over his mark.
And over his mark. Go ahead. So they're not going to be defiled with this either.
And over the number of his name.
There you go. All right. So, you know, the 666. Chi stigma. So they're going to get the victory over that. They're not going to be defiled with it. They're going to be virgins before the Lord when he arrives. All right? Which will take them into idolatry if there was a fall in this place. Yeah, Revelation 16 and 13.
Revelation 16 and 13.
All right.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon.
See, there you go. That's the defiled spirits that dwell in this place. You see that? Can you get that in Zechariah 5? The ephod and mingled?
Yeah.
That's right, man. Because over here in America where we were scattered, this is that place where he mingled in wickedness amongst our people. All right, go ahead, brother.
And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast.
They came out of the mouth of England and out of the mouth of NATO, all these agencies, and they're pushing their idolatry, their plan, their false doctrine, everything that is talking about that could defile our people. It really comes from Europe, and they're pushing their draconian measures and their Satanism and paganism in this place, America, Babylon, the other woman that is talking about. Go ahead.
And out of the mouth of the false prophets.
Right.
For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world.
So they're going to deceive the whole world. All right, they're deceiving the whole world. That's called the Illuminati, the illuminated one. They're the ones that believe they can see what nobody else sees. All right, the one that create the lie is the one that got the control, the power. So he said, what? They're going out to deceive the whole world, but check this out. The elect not going to be deceived. Go ahead, next verse.
To gather them to the battle of that day, of that great day of God Almighty.
Right, so they're all being deceived all up to that point. Go ahead.
Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked.
There you go.
And they see his shame.
See that? So the elect not going to fall victim to that deception from those spirits that leaped out like a frog. Those unclean spirits that will make us unclean. You see that? So that's what it's talking about also where it says the women. Somebody else is reading?
It was salvaged from the fall.
Yeah, why not?
Did you see the
Yeah,
weird,
just the
like,
single and
like giant necklace bag?
This is Zechariah 5 and 5.
Yep.
Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth.
Yeah, go ahead. So what is this that goeth forth? Talking about judgment. Go ahead.
It says, and I said, what is it? And he said, this is the ephah that goeth forth.
This is an ephah, and ephah represents a measure, a measuring pot. So this measuring pot represents a measure of judgment. All right, go ahead.
It says,
And that's talking about America.
and he said, moreover, this is their resemblance. This is their resemblance through all the earth. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead.
Right, this is the same judgment through all the earth. Go ahead. And it was lifted up a talent of lead. All right, and what that represents is the judgment. So the Lord said, this is the weight that I chose. This is how much judgment I'm gonna put on your ass. It lifted up between the earth and between the earth and heaven means to place in the place of to put in the way of judgment before Yahweh. So when something's lifted up, you're saying like Lion King. Remember he held the sun up? Yeah. And, you know, it's like saying, judge my son now. You know what I mean? So when something's lifted up from the earth, between the earth and heaven, it's saying for judgment. Go ahead.
All right, it says,
for judgment from the heavens into the earth.
He said, moreover, this is, he said, this is their resemblance in all the earth. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah.
Right, this is the woman. They're talking about the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that were getting whooped tied back by these devils. This is where we were at. All right, this is the woman. All right, this is the woman right here. That same woman that was talking about. That, you know, Revelation 21. Go ahead. So this is the woman in the midst of the ephah. My bad, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 8, and he said, this is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the ephah.
So he cast wickedness in there with us and mingled it in. You know, like a sifting tool. You know, like a magnet that's only going to pull the wicked to it.
And that goes into when we got the land of Israel, when he left the Philistines in the midst of
the chastisement.
To chastise them, yeah.
Right, yeah, the chastisement. So the same thing here. He said he created the wicked for the day of evil. To, save my soul from the wicked, which is thy hand. All right. So again, the point is, in this place where we were scattered, America, the Lord is purging out the rebels. Like you. Same nigga, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he
Yeah.
followed us over here. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Zechariah 5 and 8. And he said, this is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast a weight of lead upon the mouth thereof.
Right.
Then-
So he set us in here for slavery. Go ahead. So he said, this is how much you're going to go through. You're going to go through slavery. All right? And that's that yoke of iron that the Lord put on our neck. Here in this place. And we couldn't get from under it.
That lets you know ain't nobody going to be able to redeem us but Yahweh by Shai.
Right.
All right, verse 9. Then lift up mine eyes and look, and behold, there came out 2 women.
So now that same one, that one woman is going to turn into 2. Right? Because here is where that prophecy in Ezekiel, I think, where he said, go out with a plank in your hand. We ain't got to get it. And he said, right on there, two tribes, 2 sides of the tribes, man. It's going to be the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom now. Instead of just one woman. They thought it was just us coming over here in slavery. The black people, who are they? But you ain't know, they was messing with all the tribes. And now 2 tribes going to come out. That's Isaiah 11. But he's bringing us fully back together. All right? So how is he going to do that? Is he going to bring all Israel out of America? No. It's going to be an elect.
Scripture also said Judah and Ephraim will press together.
Yeah. Somebody can get that one though, but yeah. All right? They'll be oppressed here together. Now you basically said it, though. Move on. All right. That's it. I think that's cool. Yeah, we just stopped there. We was on women. Somebody was holding anything? Let's get Revelation 16 and 13 and 15. Right, because these were not defiled with women, man. And now we know partially one of those women that was talking about is talking about the daughter of Babylon also. And not only that, we know it's talking about doctrine. We already know that scripture. We don't get that Proverbs. And we know it's also talking about idolatry. All right, these are the things that can defile a man. All right, a man of the Lord. Go ahead, brother. Whoever, Revelation 16.
Back at Revelation 16.
Yep, all the way to 15. 13 to 15, my bad.
Back at 13, and I saw there, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon and out of the mouth of the beast.
Did he just read that in Zechariah? That's that wickedness that's mingled into this place. The Most High created that. He said he created the wicked. You feel? You know what I'm saying? So he sent that spirit from the left-hand side and mingled it into this place, man. And our people 2/3, when they say spirit of the prophet is subject unto the prophet, and the wicked is subject unto the wicked. You know? Go ahead, brother.
And out of the mouth of the false prophets, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day, of that great day of God Almighty, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Keep his garments. I mean, keep yourself chaste from the world, man. See that? Unspotted from the world. James 1 and 27, man. All right. Appreciate y'all, everybody's patience too, man. John 17 and 5.
This is James chapter 1, verse 27. It says, pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh and the Father.
Right, religion in this sense is talking about teaching correctly, keeping the laws to your best ability, doing everything decently and in order, serving the Lord. All right. It says what? Pure and undefiled is what?
It says, is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world.
And to keep himself unspotted from the world. That's pureness to the Most High. To keep yourself unspotted from the world. So to understand what it means, where it says this, Revelation 14 again, where it says they are virgins.
Revelation 14 and 4.
Right.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
So these were they that were not defiled with spotted from what?
It says,
basically the ways of this world.
Gone.
You know, the corruption, the wickedness in this world.
And to keep himself unspotted from the world.
All right, to be unspotted means to what? To be not defiled with women. False doctrines, idolatry, okay? Unclean spirits. So let's keep going. John 17 and 5.
John chapter 17.
All the way to 19.
Damn.
Somebody else can take that. Somebody else. We can split up. We can split up.
John 17 and 5.
Yep.
Oh, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was made.
Come on, man. Yahweh Shai. Think about what he's saying there. Think about what he's saying there. So what does that mean with us? That means we used to be with the Father from the beginning. Matter of fact, let's get that John 1 and 1 real quick. John 1 and 1.
It's the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right.
It says, in the beginning was the word.
In the beginning, it said, let there be light. No. In the beginning was the word, Yahweh Shai. All right, and this word made light. Go ahead.
And the word was with Yahweh.
And the word, Yahweh Shai, he is the living word. Where is that? Revelation say, written, name written on him, the word of God. Yeah, we know that, though. You know. So his name is the word of God. Huh? Yeah, why not? Real quick. Just for edification, man. See, because what'll happen is we'll know something already, right? And we won't teach it no more. But to everybody else, it's new. So we gotta learn how to just kind of go full circle again. Yeah, man. And it gets fresher every time, man. So let's get this real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
There's somebody from Revelation 19 and 13.
Yeah, I'm just gonna match up a rock real quick. Yep. I got that down here too. I'm gonna throw some this way.
Revelation 19 and 13.
Yeah, bring the power, y'all.
Revelation 19 and 13. It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
Right, so Yahweh Shai is gonna show up. It said he's gonna stain all his raiment, man. He's not gonna hold anything back. That's why it says his eyes were red, like wine. That he's gonna have his eyes were red, like or fire, right? It say, like fire in his eyes. Why? Because he bringing nothing but judgment. And when he slay the wicked, he said he's gonna stain all his raiment, man. He's gonna go crazy. He's gonna hold nothing back. Oh, he said no holds barred. You know what I'm saying?
All right, back at Revelation 19 and 13, it says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God.
Whoa, so his name is also called the Word of God, the Word of Yahweh. All right, the messenger from the Most High. All right, and judgment. You got one too? Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 14. And it says, and the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father.
There you go. So, and that's beautiful. And that same word, Yahweh Shai, was made flesh. All right, and that flesh is called Yahweh Shai. Right, born from Joseph and Mary. You know, and that same word can dwell within us. We're like messengers. We are the envelope. We just had to be sealed. You know, you take a message and it ain't got no, and the seal's broken or it's damaged or it's the wrong name on it. Somebody ain't gonna read it.
Right. If the seal's broken, they're gonna think it's tampered.
Tampered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're gonna throw it away. Yeah. You know? So where was that? Y'all read those, I think, right? Y'all read that one. So let's get back to where we was at.
John 17 and 5.
Yep. The beginning. The beginning.
All right, John 17 and 5. It says, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
See that? He said the glory that he had before the world was. So he took Yahweh Shai through so much to get back to the beginning again. He came down here as Isaac. He was the first Adam. He came down here as Isaac. You know, he came down here as Solomon and as Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai saying, I ran my race. Now put me back on that right hand again as that son. So it's basically bringing us back to who we were from the beginning, but this time more glorified. That's the difference.
Understanding the knowledge of God.
Understanding, our creation.
Verse 6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Right. So the Lord has manifested his name only to the elect, whom was given to Yahweh Shai out of the world. That's important to know. that if you're in this truth, the Most High chose you specifically for his son. All right, so you got to know that you got purpose. That's what I was saying years ago, when you're in you standing with a billion people and you call yourself somebody, you still nobody. But if the Lord points you out, then now you're somebody. So you can't walk around saying I'm nobody all the damn time. You know what I mean? When the Lord say humble yourself, he's talking about doing his work, not walking around with your head down. He say put on as the elect. Keep praying, man. We're all gonna put the wheels off. I was driving that joint for years. I ain't never had no problem today. What do you think it was?
They delivered his ass to their judgment.
John 17:6. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thou art thy word, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
That's a new song. See, singing as a word, a new song in heaven. And he said, these have kept thy word. You gotta keep going. Somebody else want to keep going?
No, okay.
You sure? Okay, let's rock.
All right. It says, verse 7. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given.
Right, how did we know that 2,000 years ago? Because Yahweh came down here from the heavens, man, born as a child, right? And he did everything the Lord said according to the prophecies and according to the miracles. Those were his works that he did in the sight of men. All right? And he said, now they know that this was from you. And that's the same thing they're going to know. He said, what? In that day, they should know that there was a prophet among them. And they're going to know that this is from the Most High. They don't know it now. But in that day, when all the prophecies come to pass, that's when they're going to know it. All right? Just like when Yahweh was on the cross, and what was that? What was that? Their rent? No, the curtain rent.
Oh, yeah. The veil.
The veil. Thank you. The veil rent, and then the ground shook. That's when they're like, "Yo, this is surely the Son of God." See, they believed it then. When they see it, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. It's gonna be too late. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 8. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me.
Right, and that's what we're trying to give to our people, but our people don't want it. The word that God gave to us, from Yahweh to Yahweh Shai, you want the proof that he gave it to Yahweh Shai? Let's read it, Revelation 1. Real quick. You know, the Most High gives Yahweh Shai his message, and the Yahweh Shai pours that same oil into our cups.
1 and 1.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which Yahweh gave unto him.
Whoa, so Yahweh gave this to him, the revelation,
to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
There you go, man. All right, so even still, man, the Father's showing Yahweh Shai everything. And Yahweh Shai showed it to us. All right, because he loves us. Go ahead.
Verse 8. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me.
Right, and what's some of the words that the Lord was talking about? If you read the book of Revelation, that's all prophecy. You know, World War III, the MOTB, you know, deliverance of the elect of Israel, Yahweh Shai returning. Revelation 1 and 13 say he was so-called black man. Revelation 1 and 7 say he's going to return from the heavens and all eyes going to see him. Revelation 11 say he's going to return in the cloud, in a chariot. And 19 it say he's going to have a giant chariot. This is everything he was telling us. And it's happening, man. And, you know, that message is not, that's why he said it's not any private interpretation. There's only certain men on this earth that know that song. And that's what it is. Not all these individuals come up with their own doctrine. Now you good, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm a prophet of the Lord. I came to save you. You know, like you'll see it on TikTok. They'll make it seem like it's supposed to be them. No, the Lord said it's going to be 144,000, man, of men that's going to be in the same spirit, teaching the same message from the Most High that was given to Yahushua. Thank you, brother.
John 17:9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
Right, so the Lord said, again, he said, when he's up there praying for us, and the spirit that's within you is praying, and his spirit dwells within you. And it prays in a language that we can't even understand, and grunting and groaning. And even when you actually intentionally pray. But Yahushua is praying for us. He's our high priest. And he's only a high priest to the elect today.
Verse 10. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and right. I am glorified in them.
There you go. So, yep, go ahead. So he's going to be glorified in us.
Verse 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee, Holy Father.
Right, and while we're in this world, we got to keep ourselves undefiled and clean, and chaste from this world, right? Unspotted from the world. Go ahead.
It says, Holy Father, keep them through thy own name, those whom thou gavest me, given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost.
Right, none of them is lost. Right, he said, shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. But 2/3 of our people just don't want to hear it. They be scared of this message, man. It'd be weird, man. Go ahead, bro.
But the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled.
Right, the only one the Lord lost back then was who? What was his name again?
Judas Iscariot.
Judas Iscariot. All right, Judas. So now today, Judas represents the 2/3. Not saying he was one of the 2/3 today, because he just did the will of the Father back then. But he's representative of the multitude being cut off, 2/3. You know, the only one he's gonna lose is the sons of perdition. That's set up for that.
And then with the money, that kind of, well, it was for a prophecy take, but just so happened money was used to get him to betray the Lord.
Right.
It says, verse 13, and now come I to thee.
Right, Yahushua, a so-called black man, went up to the Father. Who's the so-called black man? His name is Yahushua. All right, not Jebus. They try to say Zeus, you know what I mean? The other white meat.
Right.
We like our meat dark.
Right.
All right.
Verse 13. And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy, fulfilled in themselves.
The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. The Lord. Oh yeah, he's black. You know that? That's not him. Hey, look.
Nena.
That's the right one.
¿Tú hablas español o inglés? ¿Tú hablas español o inglés? You speak English or Spanish? English, okay.
No, we only speak Spanish over here, man. All right.
Verse 13.
Yeah, I just said that in there.
Good.
Now come I to thee, and these things I speak of the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves.
See, that's all it's about. We got joy within ourselves, man. They like, what the hell was that? Yeah, show them damn voodoo doll. We should have stuck some pins. Cesare boys here or somewhere on the earth. Yeah. He brought a voodoo doll up here, man. See some more shit.
Should have cast him into the fire.
Mad if we did them like they did that possum.
Yo, that was creepy, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, verse 14. Yep. I have given them thy word, and the world hated them.
Yeah, man. See? He hated us. We actually speak Spanish. He said, you know what? Not today. Not to you. Go ahead.
It says, I have given them thy word, and the world hated them.
Yeah, they're going to hate us in the end of the day, man. Go ahead, brother.
Because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
There you go. See, keeping themselves undefiled, virgins, pure, man. All right? And that's what we got to remember till the end. And now, you got to remember, just man falls 7 times, but you got to get right back up. That's yourself, what Aaliyah said, dust yourself off and try again. And the Lord said, because you had a little strength, man, you know, he's going to strengthen you to the max in the kingdom. put laws in your inward parts where you'll never go off again.
Verse 15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world,
right?
But thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
Right, because the Lord could easily move us out of the way of this. But now imagine if he did that with Yahushua. Would we be standing here today having the hope of salvation? No. But Yahushua was in tears. And he asked the Father, he said, can you take this from me? And the Lord didn't answer him. So he knew he had to step into his destiny, step into his fate. All right? So us today, there's a purpose behind what we're doing. Yeah. All right, so there's a purpose behind what we're doing. If we don't wake up, and if the Lord doesn't wake up the first fruit, where's the rest of the fruit going to be making it to the kingdom? All right, how's all Israel going to be saved? All right. Go ahead, man. They ain't fucking with us.
They're setting the little guys.
Verse, John 17 and 15. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but thou shouldest keep them from the evil.
Right, so the Lord don't have to move us out of the way. He can send us right in here. Like,
Hananiah, Azariah, Mishael.
Yeah, into the fire. You know what I mean? Hananiah, Azariah, Mishael. You know? All right, go ahead.
Verse 16. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Right, we're not of this world. You got this little Jake, dark-skinned dude running around with a yellow Edomite doll in his hand. So how can he respect himself doing that? Right. How can he respect himself being a so-called black child carrying a Caucasian doll in his hand? Showing himself that that's something he'll never be able to reach and never be able to be. See that? And it gives him a sense, a spirit of inferiority. When the Lord told us to put on that the elect, put on a royal mindset, that we're over them, man. You know? So anyway,
He said train up a child in the way he should go, and he will not depart from it. So if you train him up in that, he ain't gonna depart from that.
He loved the idol so much he carrying that shit around with him.
Carry.
Who taught him that?
You know, but the Lord said on the day of judgment, they're gonna cast that to the moles and the bats. They're gonna be hiding in the damn sewer. Take that shit off. Like, you know what I mean? Like a robbery. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17.
That's a little idol. Yeah, that's crazy. That's an idol right there. That's crazy. Yeah, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth.
No, so how are we sanctified, separated, made holy? It says sanctify them, the number that was called from the beginning, who we longing for. So we're sanctified through the spirit of truth, and the others fall under the derision and the lies, man. And they get defiled by it, all right? So that's what makes us anointed or sanctified or have that oil. All right, go ahead. Or become virgin.
As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world.
Whew, see that? That's what I was just saying. You know? So the same way Yahushua had to go through his affliction, which would be like adversity or fire, the furnace of adversity, the Lord sent us into that same adversity so we can be glorified as well with our King. You know? And it's bigger than Nino Brown. It's bigger than us. It's about Yahweh. It's about his word being tried 7 times completely, all the way until the end. And his word is within us. So if his word is within us and we get tried and tested and we pass that test, his word has been tried and conquered once again. All right, purified as gold. All right, so you ain't that? Where you at?
18.
All right, fair enough.
Verse 18. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so have I sent them into the world. And for their sake I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth.
There you go, man. All right, so we gotta be sanctified through the truth, which makes you what? Pure. All right, and holy. So let's get where was that? That was John 15, 17. Let's get Ezekiel 23 and 28.
23 and 28.
Yeah, all the way to 30.
This is Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 28.
Nah, it moved on me on the back of my
For
neck.
I will lay the land most desolate, and the pomp of her strength shall cease, and the mountains of Israel shall be desolate.
Right, and that, my bad, that happened to us. You know, all these nations, you know, the Hindu nations, you know, all of them, they left our people desolate. You know, go ahead.
What's the other shit? College shit. That's all the same.
I will lay the hand most desolate, and the pomp of her strength shall cease, and the mountains of Israel shall be desolate,
Right.
that none shall pass through.
Right, and I gotta be real. Persia wasn't named as one of those worms, the caterpillar, the earthworm, and all that. Because they're the only nation that kind of gave us the land back and let us go in and build our land, temple again. But it was the other ones, you know, Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Greeks. You know what I mean? Moab. All those nations were really against us. You know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 29. Then shall they know that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I have laid the land most desolate, because of all their abominations which they have committed.
Right, so we knew back then Yahweh was his true name, and that he's the power when he warned us and we didn't listen. And he said, yo, I'm gonna send in strangers after y'all and they're gonna destroy your land. We're like, damn, he just gave us this land, he ain't gonna do it. Shit, me. They're like somebody.
In Ezekiel, he shall send the worst of the heathen.
Yeah, he gonna send the worst. You know what I mean? So just because he gave you that mansion, are you signed the deed, you still ain't moved in yet. And just because you move in, the Lord can still take it away from you.
You going?
Yeah.
Verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls, and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord.
Right, so they basically teaching false doctrine. All right? So the Lord hears all of that, all the whispering and the murmuring. And like, yo, let me come here, I'm gonna tell you what the Lord said. But the Lord said, what? Is of no private interpretation. We're gonna be speaking out in the streets. All right? So let's get to this point now. Proverbs 7 and 4. But let's get Proverbs 5 and 3 first. 5 and 3? Yeah. That's crazy, still sitting there holding it.
This is Proverbs.
Finger sweaty as hell.
This is Proverbs chapter 5.
That was 5 and 3. Yeah. All the way to 9.
5 and 3.
Yep.
For the lips of a strange woman.
There you go. There go that woman again. Revelation 14. My bad. You're gonna go back to the river real quick. We're gonna stop at woman. Yeah, virgin.
This is Revelation chapter.
No, that was just my bad.
This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 4.
Yep.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
Now we know the day, and that were not defiled with what? We just proved it. The false doctrine, the ways of this world, idolatry. All right, America. Go ahead. This bitter ass place.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
And women, that false doctrine. Now we're going to show that the false doctrine side of it. All right, we show the corruptness of this world, the ways of this world, the unclean spirit that came out of Europe, Esau. Go ahead. The women.
This is Proverbs chapter 7, verse 4. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman.
Right, so the Lord said, read that again.
This is Proverbs 7 and 4. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman.
Right, that's what the Lord said. With all that getting, get wisdom. All right, and call that your sister. Call that your wife. All right. Let me get some real quick. What you got?
Just going on wisdom. What she do?
Okay.
Proverbs.
No, this one here. Go ahead.
This wisdom of Solomon.
It's a positive of wisdom, real quick.
Verse, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth forth for all things by reason of pureness.
Right, the wisdom of Yahweh, his son Yahweh, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Like it or not, he's about to return and rule this earth with a strong, manly foot. Masculinity. Go ahead.
Verse 25. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
Right, they gotta have a breath. That's Ezekiel 37. They can stand up all they want calling themselves Israelite, but the Lord made a selection and he put the breath into them. That's the breath of life, the spirit of truth. Go ahead, brother.
For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall unto her.
There you go. So no defiled thing can take part in the spirit of wisdom. That goes into Revelation 22. Nobody's going to be able to take part in that healing, the washing of the word, the eating of the fruit. That's Revelation 22, if they're not of the elect. All right, other than that, they fucking zombies. Walking around, standing upon their feet, calling themselves Israelites with no damn breath in them. Go ahead.
It says, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And
remaining in herself. So remaining in who? The elect of Israel. Remaining amongst Israel, remaining amongst the elect of Israel, because that's what we're given to. The spirit of the prophet subject unto the prophet. And then what? She can do all things, like moving mountains. All right? Even cause the beggar to raise up from the dunghill.
This is Sirach chapter 24, verse 8. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thy inheritance in Israel.
You speak on it?
That's basically talking about the creation of wisdom, that pure wisdom that cometh out of the throne of Yahweh unto the Lamb, and to that river of flowing water with the two trees representing the northern and the southern kingdom, bearing the leaves of fruit that are for the healing of the nation of Israel.
There you go, because what was the first wisdom?
Laws.
The laws. And that was given to Israel. So when we lost that, he gave us wisdom again.
That was the first form of beautification, was the law.
That's right. He said, this is our wisdom in the sight of the nation. So then he gave us wisdom again to who? The Israelites. The second covenant. That's right, man. All right.
This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3.
Power, brother.
Power!
For the lips of a strange woman drop is as a honeycomb.
Right, drop as a honeycomb. So yeah, we know it's talking about these wicked women. You gotta be careful. You know, wicked women fall under this too. Their heart is snares and nets. But that's a small battle. We're talking about a spiritual battle, what we set up for. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. This is a spiritual battle happening. So within that spiritual battle or that realm, we're talking about false doctrine, false teachers, all right? Doubt. You know what I mean? All these things represent that sweetness. So what do they offer you at church? He said, what? Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy that sweetness. You see that? But the Lord said, when you eat this word, the true word is sweet, then it becomes bitter. You know what I mean? You see the reality of things. And then it becomes sweet again. But this right here is just poison. It's so sweet and it'll kill you, just like sugar. They say sugar and salt look the same, but they both poison.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop is as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Yeah, that's that manifest destiny. Hey, give me $1 and the Lord give you 2. Remember that? They're lying like a mother, wouldn't they? Give us $1, I give you 2, man.
That's mean when
That's me, right?
I'm gonna show you the new one. Close the door.
Lock the door. He's turning the red from 5 heartbeats.
Open up the goddamn door.
Remember that?
Close the goddamn door.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse,
Dive right back in.
verse 4, but her end is bitter as a wormwood.
See, the end of that sweetness is bitter as a wormwood, man. As wormwood. What type of wormwood? Somebody get that? The Revelations?
Oh, you talking about that?
Yep. Yep. We have like some type of march.
I think it's like the beginning of summer parade or something stupid.
All right, come on, somebody get it?
This is Revelation, chapter 8, verse 10.
Micah 2 and 10.
You said the wormwood, right?
Yeah, wormwood.
This is Revelation 8 and 10. It says, and the third angel sounded.
We might walk up to him a little bit for that.
And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
There you go, all right? Well, that's the wormwood that it's talking about. He said, what? Read it, brother. That right back in. What you at?
This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 4.
2 and 10. Whoever got it.
For her end is bitter as wormwood.
So if you follow after false doctrine, that end is going to be bitter as wormwood. What bitter? America. The word America means bitter. And it's going to lead you to what? Wormwood, destruction. Go get that Micah 2 and 10.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
That'll be quicker than that, bro.
All right, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Yeah, they must have got animals from the Muppet Babies playing the damn drum. Huh?
That's just a warm-up.
That's just a warm-up, though? Oh, you used to deal with that shit.
This is Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
See that? So everything looks sweet, man. He say, what is it? Everything that glitter ain't gold. You know? And everything that's brown ain't chocolate. Okay.
Didn't see that coming.
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? So he said, arise and depart. How do you arise and depart? You got to arise spiritually first. Stand up. You know? And he said, don't take anything laying down. And you got to depart, meaning what? Spiritually first. Get your mind out of this place. Stop calling those Jebus or Zeus. Stop saying the Lord is a Caucasian man. Tell him, oh yeah, like that right there, look. He got a little Caesar Borgia doll in his hand.
That's a different day too. That ain't even the same one.
Precept.
Yeah, they passing it around. Somebody said precept? No, that was you.
Go ahead. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Hey, Khan, just like the elder was saying, man, flee out of Babylon. How do you flee out of this place? Not physically, but mentally, spiritually, you know. So therefore, you want to get away from the philosophies, the wicked woman that Babylon, America has to offer, man. Which is these different philosophies. Baptists, Methodists, atheists, hey, the list goes on, including all the other different stuff. The shit, the TV, the television, Hey, shit, they telling you a vision, telling you lies on there, man. They're broadcasting lies on the TV. So with that being said, you want to have in your mind, what it says, he that is in the Most High will be occupied in prophecies, roughly paraphrasing, Ecclesiastes 39:1, man. So, you're going to be focused on the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and not worried about what the things that the world has to offer, man.
Yeah, pray that Spanish and walking around with I want somebody to hear it.
Yeah, in addition to that, like Babylon, what the word Babylon means? Confusion. What's another phrase of being in confusion? Being in the dust. All right, and then the elder said, arise, you depart, and rest. This is not your rest. How you arise, you gotta rest. What did it say? Shake off the dust. Yeah, that's how you shake off the dust. Meaning to wake up from this place. Everybody else gonna be asleep. 2/3 of our people in the other nations are gonna be asleep until the day that their fear is not coming upon them now because they don't understand what's going on. That's because they're still in a state of confusion. But our fear rose upon us when we understood the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So our fear is towards Him. So now we're not in that state of confusion anymore. That's what it says in Daniel. Many of them that sleep in the dust shall awake. Some to everlasting shame, some to everlasting life, and some to everlasting shame and contempt. So at some point, 2/3 of our people are going to realize they were in a state of confusion in the dust this whole time. But at that point, when they do realize, it's going to be too late.
That's right, man.
But they were defiled by that woman.
All right, come on, read. Proverbs 2. All right, go ahead.
Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that he may prove what is that good, that acceptable, and perfect will of God. That's how we ultimately escape from this place. We allow Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to make us clean, to transform our mind from having carnal thoughts to having these spiritual, righteous thoughts. We change our ways from worldly to spiritual, to the ways of righteousness. We leave the darkness of this place, enter into the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that's why when they make all these movies, man, Superman, Transformers, it's really about us. We the real Transformers. Transform spiritually, be able to transform someday physically, be able to, transform Esau from being all prideful to being broken down, beaten, battered, and bruised. We're gonna be able to transform their situation. All right, where was that? Over to 9.
This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 4. For her end is bitter as wormwood.
Yep. False doctrines, man. It's bitter as wormwood. All right, go ahead. All of these ways, all of these doors here lead you to that wormwood, lead you to death and destruction. Just like on that movie, The Matrix. You had to choose the right one to get to the creator. You know, because that movie, The Matrix, is about Yahweh Shai. All right, go ahead.
Sharp as a two-edged sword, her feet go down to death.
Sharp as a two-edged sword, go ahead. Our feet go down to death.
Her steps take hold on hell.
Right, her steps take hold on hell. All right.
Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable.
Right, yeah, that's right. So their whole job is to keep you deceived, to keep you from pondering the ways of life. They say, my people do not understand, my people do not consider. And also, as soon as they start to ponder about the kingdom, that's when the devil shows up and try to pluck it out of their mind. See that? So they keep you from pondering and even thinking about the Lord. And that's what they're here to do. That's what that shit is over there. All the bread and circuses. All right, all the celebrations and bread and circuses to keep people asleep. That's why the school system is the way it is, to keep people asleep, man. That's why Trump's in office. Shutting down the Department of Education to dumb down even more the people in the ghettos, so they won't be able to understand politics. All right, I heard somebody say that earlier. Over it now.
Verse 6. Lest thou should have pondered the path of life.
All right, man, because the Lord is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. That's his name, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Her ways are movable.
So her ways are movable. Go ahead.
No. Oh, go ahead.
All right. So the Most High said what? The Most High is the same way. He changeth not, and he put a path on earth that's a straight path, and it's not going to change. But these people, their paths is winding roads. You think it's going straight when you start off? That's like a damn a maze and shit. Take you all around.
The scenic route. The long way.
The scenic route. Yeah. Take you all these long ways. And the Lord like, no, I'm right here. You go right through this way, and then boom, right there. And they're like, they take you all the way around, trying to deceive you, keep you distracted. All right, go ahead. My bad. You got precept?
This is Proverbs 4:19. It says the way of the wicked is as darkness.
Right. The way of the wicked is as darkness. Go ahead.
They know not at what they stumble.
Right. They know not at what they stumble.
You know, just going to the point. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 of our people, which is considered the wicked, is groping at the walls, man. You know, walking in the darkness, not knowing where to go. You know what I'm saying? Not seeing the light. You know what I'm saying?
And also, it says right there, the ways of the wicked are movable. Meaning, like, they'll have you tossed to and fro on every which way but loose. But what does the scripture tell you? The words of Yahweh Shem Shah make you immovable. They make you, like, steadfast, like a tree with big roots by rivers of flowing water. The strongest tree that you can find on earth are going to be right close to the water. Right? So therefore, they'll be immovable. So the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah is immovable. It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you're not going to have a stable foundation dealing with wavery doctrine or wisdom of the world.
You done? Precept, interjection.
It's Galatians chapter 1, verse 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Just to back up what all the Akim are talking about. You know, we come out to you preaching these things, these prophecies that are laid out in the scriptures, but the way of the church and the way of Babylon today, you know, like I said, they all winding ways, you know. Any way the wind blows, they'll go with that type of doctrine. Okay? Throwing you off track, basically.
Yeah, somebody know what is that? Every wind of doctrine. Get that.
This is Sirach chapter 5, verse 9. It says, winnow not with every wind and go not into every way.
All right, the Lord said what? Stay on your path, man. Go ahead.
It says, for so doth the sinner that hath a double tongue. Be steadfast in thine understanding, and let thy word be the same.
Right, because you'll talk to somebody and they'll say, yeah, say Jeebus, and then you say his name is Yahushua. They be like, no, yeah, Yehoshua. Yeah, Yeshua. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. But the Lord said, let your yea be yea and nay be nay, man. Not a double tongue. All right, because those same people that speak with a double tongue, somebody get that? Unstable.
Double-minded man is unstable.
That's right, man.
I would say the hardest thing for a lot of these Christians to say is, a lot of these so-called Christians say is, I don't know.
Right.
Okay? They hate being the one to say, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right? When they should really just humble down and, you know, they got 2 ears, do more listening than speaking.
That's right, man. All right. And that double tongue means what? A double mind. All right. Yep.
This is James chapter 1, verse 8.
Right. And the Lord said here, rather you be what? Cold or hot, not lukewarm.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right. All right, good. So that was it? So a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, right? Because, somebody know what that's it? With the heart, man, believe me. So, you know what that's it? All right, let's get that real quick. All right, because if the tongue is double, if they're speaking a bunch of different names to you or switching up their doctrine, that shows you that their ways are movable too. And whoever's led by them, they're going to be led astray. All right? Yeah.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse 10. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation.
There you go. So just like he said, every other man word that men should speak, you give account. That's right, because if they got a double mind, like the brother read, they're gonna have a double tongue. You know? And what did that one say?
It says,
yeah, go ahead.
Romans 10 and 10. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness.
Right, so just like with the heart, a man could be in disbelief unto destruction. You see that? Go ahead.
It says, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation.
Right, just like confession could be made to destruction as well. All right? Go ahead, somebody got it?
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Right, so every idle word that man shall speak, see? He's speaking that double-mindedness, which means what? A double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. They're going to be blown about with every wind of doctrine. You see that? They ain't going to be able to stand 10 toes down and be deeply rooted in place. They're going to be movable. All right? And so that double-minded tongue shows you that they're double-minded. All right? And if they're double-minded, then they're unstable in all their ways. And if they're unstable in all their ways, they can be blown about with every wind of doctrine, once again. All right, so let's finish that all the way down.
This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 6. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her.
Yeah, man, that's just like IUIC. Or the churches, man. They change their doctrine up so damn much. They be changing their doctrine like crazy, bro. I ain't gonna go into it, but they be changing that shit. Muslims too. Yeah. Introduction? Yeah. Let me finish that off. We got like one more verse.
This is Ephesians 5, 4 and 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried away with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of man and the cunning craftiness whereby they lie and wait to deceive. So that's all they do. That's all that woman does. That's all that woman of false doctrine does, is lie and wait to deceive people and to bring her to her neck and drop her there, trap you there.
Right, man. And they get rewarded for deceiving you, getting you to go off. Alright, that old Volkswagen there. Yeah. Matthew 18 and 2. Alright, we're still focusing on these would not defile with women. And we understand that women is now.
This is Matthew, chapter 18, verse 2. And Yahushua called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right, because a child is basically a virgin. Right? A child is supposed to be what? Pure. A child has to be humble. You know? And they're supposed to be clean. Alright, go ahead. So he said we gotta be like children.
Verse 4.
No, he got a point, My bad. He got a point.
Oh, real quick, you was asking about that earlier. They called it in the Christian church, they call that a born-again Christian.
Yeah.
We're talking about that real birth.
We're talking about the real birth, though. Yeah. That's right, man. And once you're born, you become new in the spirit. Meaning giving you another chance. Get it right.
Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven.
Right. Humbling yourself under the authority of the Lord. All right? Meaning doing the work in order. And in order, you're going to have a ranking system. All right, go ahead. That was it?
One more.
Okay.
And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me.
There you go, man. All right. So, man, that thing is like, all right, so that's what we out here to do, man. Wake up the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. All right.
No star.
Take his own eyebrows off, bro.
Looking surprised.
Looking surprised. All right, let's get John 5 and 21.
John chapter 5, verse 21. Whereas the Father raiseth up the dead.
Right, yep, as the Father raised up the dead.
And quickeneth them.
Oh, 1 John. Oh, that was me, my bad.
Yeah.
What you said? 1 John chapter 2. You said 21?
Yeah, 21.
1 John chapter 2, slightly. Verse 21.
Chapter 5, verse 21.
This is 1 John chapter 5, verse 21. Little children, keep yourselves from idols.
There you go.
I'm on.
He said, be like these little children. But then he said, yo, little children, just keep yourselves from idols. All right? That's how we became what? Virgins. All right? Being unspotted from the world, you know? Not being defiled with women. That's idolatry once again. And the Lord said, what? Keep yourselves from idols. Stay out of these damn churches. You know? All right? Hebrews 13 and 9.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 9. Be not carried about with diverse strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have no profit, them that have been occupied therein. We have
basically saying, dealing with the Sadducees and Pharisees, you know, and sacrificing the lamb and all that for sin. He was saying that's doing them no benefit. Right? But go ahead.
We have an altar whereof.
See, we got a spiritual altar. Go ahead.
Whereof they have no right to eat.
So even them, who else did I say? Come on. Like people like this, Nate, Nathaniel, yeah, Nate of IUIC. A lot of them that have no right to be dealing with Yahushua, man. They have no right and no access to Yahushua and the altar of the truth, and which deals with the presence of the Lord, presence of the Most High. They have no right to the presence of the Father. All right, go ahead.
All right, this is back at Hebrews chapter 13. I'm going to start at the top of verse 10 again. We have an altar whereof they have no right to eat, which serve the tabernacle.
Right, so a lot of these false teachers, they have no right dealing with the scriptures. All right, what's that, Romans 11? The table, the table. Yeah. They have no right to deal with. He said, "Can I eat at the table of Yahweh and the table of devils?"
This is Romans chapter 11.
Somebody know what that? Table of devils.
Verse 9. And David saith, "Let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back all way."
There you go, man. All right, so let that table be made a snare. So the table that they're preparing, or the table when they sit down and eat and try to consume this word, the Lord saying what? Let it be made a snare unto them, or a trap. All right. And someone was just reading. Who was reading? What? what was the last verse?
All right, this is back at the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 10. We have an altar whereof they have no right to eat, which serve the tabernacle. For the bodies of those beasts whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by the high priest for sin are burnt without the camp. With the camp?
Yeah, burnt without the camp. Yeah, because when you cook a lamb, you gotta burn the bones outside. Right, outside the camp. So the same thing happened with Yahushua. He was killed outside of Jerusalem. You know what I mean? Hold the point real quick.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
Right, see, that's what the Lord said. They have no right to be dealing with the presence of the Most High, or to be dealing with the services, of the Most High. Because the Most High said, they are not all Israel that are of Israel. All right, so the Lord is looking for the what? The pure and the spiritual virgins, man. All right, go ahead. That was it.
It says, ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils.
See that? So the reason the Lord is saying they can't partake in this truth, matter of fact, let's get that. Amos 9. Where he said, close up the breaches. Yeah, they have no part in it. All right, especially Esau, especially these heathens, but 2/3 of our people that claim to be priests, but they're really false prophets. All right, and the Lord is exposing them. But they have no part in this, man, in this truth.
Amos chapter 9, verse 11.
Right, in this spiritual sacrifice. They have no part in this spiritual sacrifice.
In that day will I rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will rise up its ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
There you go. So all what broke us down, the Lord is going to build that back up. That's what it's really talking about with the breaches. But it's also talking about, once you build up the walls, the breach in the walls that would protect us, and the Lord builds that back up, he's going to seal the way so nobody else can get into the temple. And they're going to be what? Without the temple. All right? And the way, and the wall is going to be sealed up, your ass is going to be bricked out. We're going to be peeking out of the windows at it, like we're doing now. All right? What's that called? Fortnite? Yeah. So the Lord run up to them and build the wall right in front of them. You ain't getting it here. Close up the breaches. All right, who was reading?
That was 1 Corinthians 10.
All right, let's get Matthew 19 and 9, man. We're still dealing with the women part. Later, so I got so much on this.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife and set to be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
See, this is spiritual too. All right, mind you, man. You got the physical part. You're not supposed to just cast away your wife just because you feel like it. That's what the Lord was saying right there. Where was that at?
Matthew 19 and 9.
And Matthew, yeah, he was saying that. And just because at that time you had brothers that just didn't like the size, the shape of a woman, and they would cast her away, and she'd be passed on to another man. So Paul had to back these words up too, where he said, "Let a woman be wife to her husband." You know, he was saying, stop passing your wives around because you're gonna cause her to commit adultery, and you commit adultery by doing that. All right, but if she leave you, that's different. If she cheat on you, that's different. But so this is spiritual too. Let's look at it in the spiritual sense. Part of the law. Go ahead. It said what? Read that again.
Matthew 19 and 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife and set to be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
Right. Proverbs 5 and 18. All right. So he said, "Be not defiled with women," and this is what he means right here too.
This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 18.
Right.
Let thy fountain be blessed.
Let your fountain be blessed.
and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
So rejoice with the wife of your youth, man. This is spiritual here, you know. So now disregard the physical wife. Now we talking about the spiritual wife. So the Lord said, rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Don't find other women, meaning false doctrines, to go after. Deal with the one doctrine the Lord gave you. Espouse you to one husband. Go ahead.
Verse 19, let her be as the loving kind.
Let her be as a loving kind to you. Go ahead.
And pleasant roe.
And a pleasant roe, like a beautiful deer and shit. Go ahead.
Let her breast satisfy thee.
That's loud, bro. Camera
loud. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times.
Let her breast satisfy you. What's that? The milk. The milk of the word. All right? Yeah, not that. See, the Bible is very poetic. And some would even say vulgar. That's why they don't like reading the Bible anymore. But the Bible is the truth. All right? So, you know, it's not for the soft-hearted. Hey, yeah, not too, buddy. All right. So go ahead. So he said, let her breast satisfy you. Don't go out and find some strange woman. You see that? All right, we already read that, didn't we?
Which one?
The strange woman?
I had that.
We read the next verse.
Yeah. You want to go there real quick?
Okay.
Yeah, why not? And then we're going to jump right back where you at.
This is Proverbs chapter 7, verse 4, saying to wisdom, thou art my sister.
See, wisdom, that's the wife of our youth. Go ahead.
And call understanding thy kinswoman.
Yeah, that's our cousin.
That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her word.
Right, she'll keep your ass in the house, cooking you a nice meal, keeping your bones strong and shit, but you want to go out to the club. you want to go out to the streets and find something. When the Lord gave you a wife, you know, spiritually speaking, all right? So stay your ass in the sanctuary. All right, that's right, man. Let's get Proverbs 5 and 18. Somebody get that word women? Women?
I just read 5 and 18. Go down
Yeah, women in Proverbs.
Oh,
yeah.
It's Proverbs chapter 5, verse 18.
Is it women in that one? No, Matthew 19. I think on Matthew 19 and 1, right? 19 and 9. No, not that one. Oh, Revelation 14, my bad. Yeah. Revelation 14 and 4.
Yeah.
Now, is it 4?
Come
Yeah. Hopefully we're good on battery. You need to take a break or anything?
I'm good.
14:4, I got it.
This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 4.
I think somebody get in the lexicon. I think it goes.
These are they which were not defiled with woman.
Right. Okay, so the women, once again. So we're not going to go out and try to find some other new doctrine, man. So far, you know, we're going to stick to the doctrine that the Lord gave us from the beginning, from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, the promise, and then on to even the stories of Moses, the laws of Moses, and the story given to Yahushua, the revelation, all the way up to John, the revelator. All right, starting with Peter, you know, that was the foundation. The word for women?
The word for woman.
I think it's what? G1135?
Yep.
It says GN, gang, G.
Gang, I don't know how to say that.
Gynecologist.
I guess what I heard is the word gynecologist.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So it says, a woman of any age, whether a virgin or married.
Yeah, skip to the main definition. It's like third one.
It says a wife of a betrothed woman.
You in the lexicon?
The definition. Hold on. What's that? Virgin or married or wife, betrothed woman. Yeah, I don't have that in the lexicon. Let's have the definition. I gotta let's see. Let me go back.
You want the definition, the strong definition? No. You know what? Can somebody hold on. Damn. What's that said? G1135?
Yeah, 1135.
Go on Google. 1135 meaning, right? I want to see something real quick. No, they ain't giving us nothing, man. I forgot what the hell I was looking up earlier. But anyway, we know what women mean, you know. We basically broke it down. They ain't giving us a definition, but I don't know what the hell I was looking at earlier. All right, so anyway, where we at now? Proverbs 5 and 18. Let's get that one now. Well, we already read that.
Okay, I got 19.
Wisdom of yeah, 19?
Yeah, I ain't finishing.
Yes, I do. Let's get that, and then go to Wisdom of Solomon 14.
It's Proverbs chapter 5, verse 19. Let her be as a loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love.
Right, man. Like let her just take over you. You know, be taken by the truth. You know, not by this world. Don't you know? What Paul said, I will not be held under the power of any, but we're supposed to be held under the power of the truth, the power of wisdom. You know what I mean? He said we are prisoners for Yahushua, to Yahushua. So let this truth take you prisoner. You know what I mean? Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 8.
This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 8. But that which is made with hands is cursed as well. It, as he that made it.
Right, so whoever made that damn dirty ass doll they running around with, look like a little Chucky doll. They're playing with it now, and shit, beating the hell out of it. Good. Whoever made that, they're gonna perish for making that doll. And them for playing with it, choosing it. And the parents for getting it. Yahweh don't play, man. Who was that? When they had the altar and it fell, he said, don't touch the damn altar. Oh, yeah. And the altar fell, and he was like, I caught it, tried to save it. he caught the altar and tried to save it from falling, and the Lord destroyed him, man.
The Ark of the Covenant?
Yeah. The ark fell,
yeah,
and the brother tried to catch it.
Gave up the go. He said, gave up the go.
So the Lord keeps saying that, don't touch the unclean things out here, not the altar, but the you know, in the sense of these idols. And if they touching that shit, the Lord gonna destroy their ass, man. He don't play. 10, 20? Okay.
You want me to keep going with this?
Let me keep going. We're running out of time real fast.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 8.
Yep.
But that which is made with hands is cursed as well it as he that made it, he because he made it, and it because being corruptible, it was called power. It was called God.
Over at 14.
All right. Oh. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto Yahweh, for that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
Right, to be ungodly means to not be spiritual, to be carnal, right, to be wicked. Go ahead. So they're hateful to the Lord.
Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because of the creature of Yahweh. They are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Yeah, so the Lord like, yo, when these devils was in the caves worshiping idols, hey, disregard them, let them do what they do. But now that it became a stumbling block to our people, the Lord gonna put a punishment on their idols now. See that? Now the Lord gonna destroy their idols. They want to put Esau in our hands, okay, well, as a doll or idol around our people's neck. Well, the Lord gonna destroy that idol and the people that look like it. That image, yeah. All right, 14.
Verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
There you go. So that's what makes them defiled. The devising of the idols. That's what caused the spiritual fornication, the adultery that caused our people to be unclean. Go ahead, and defiled.
And the invention of them In the invention of them, the corruption of life.
There you go. And the invention of them is what corrupts us. All right, it corrupts life, man. It corrupts righteousness. They say bad manners.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
There you go. Evil communication. So they communicate that evil, that false doctrine, and then it corrupts good manners, man. And the good manners is the laws of our people, of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, keeping the laws of the Most High. All right, so communicating with these devils, that will leave us into what? Following after losing good manners. All right.
It's funny. Didn't you say something to the young kid? And you like pompous and arrogant?
Con.
I think so.
Bad manners. That's all.
Yeah, all bad manners. All right. 14.
Verse 13. For neither were there from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. Verse 14. For by the vain glory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end.
There you go, man. All right, so yeah, we gotta be purged from these damn idols, from the the wickedness of the world, the ways of the world, you know, the false doctrine. All right. What are you looking at? You looking down on me and said, "Tall motherfucker." You know, look down at me. Ain't that short, bro. All right, where we at? I think we got time for maybe like a couple more. You got a precept? Kind of went past. Let's bring some precepts out when we wrap it up for the camera. And I'm coming back out to finish it. Maybe tomorrow or something like that. So. This is he said it's only 20% left.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 2. It says, for I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to a Mashiach.
Right. Yeah.
So right. So the Lord basically espoused us to one husband. He basically commanded us not to go out and follow after the ways of this world, after the ways of these false gods. And that one husband that we are espoused to is Yahushua. So we are to walk the ways of Yahushua and have the same footsteps as Yahushua.
Right. So that Yahweh can keep his word to his, that he was going to present us as a chaste virgin to him.
And that's also what woman means in Revelation 14 and 4. A woman to be a wife or a spouse.
Yeah, a spouse, yeah.
Yeah, so we're not espoused to any other woman but Yahweh
Yahushua. Oh, and it said a woman in adultery or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what it was. I can't remember what it was. All right, any more precepts down here?
Law, I just had a point. The same way how the creators of the idols and the idols themselves are going to be destroyed. That's what happened during the time of Exodus, when Moses came down off the mountain and found the camp of Israelites praising a golden calf. And he melted down a calf into ashes and forced them to drink it. So these people are going to be forced to drink the ashes of their idols, even more so being turned into ashes themselves.
All right, let's go back to Revelation 14 and then see if we can close it out. Let's see.
Close out with the Zephaniah you wanted me to do.
14 and what?
All right. Damn, I don't want to close it out, man. But go ahead.
Revelation 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of Yahweh.
Right, man. They are without fault, even though people try to blame us. We are without fault before the Most High, the Creator. You know, right? So we out here to wake up the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that we're the Israelites of the Bible. And we got to turn back to the Father whose true name is Yahweh, and his name is Yahushua. Laugh now, cry later. America's about to get destroyed. All right, go ahead. Precept. Precept.
Proverbs 23 and And verse 6. Eat thou not the bread of him that have an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. That was going to what the elder was saying about our people partaking in the idols, worship of this society of Esau. Esau gave you that to pull you away from your power. His power is his strong city. Right. Our power is Yahweh Shemel Shai, so we need to return to our hegemony that the Lord provided for us before the destruction, comes to this place. Because our foundation is solid in Yahweh Shemel Shai, 3 pigs. All the mother houses gonna get blown down that destroying wind.
Right, brother. Any more precepts? Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is Zephaniah chapter 3.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Verse 12. It says, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. Cut on IUIC that trying to use this scripture right here to say that not everybody's going to have the name. All right? They always read to verse 8. They don't never go all the way to verse 12. All right, verse 13.
I can't really hear you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, come. It says, the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies. Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid.
Right, so only the elect are going to understand this, man. So we don't need people to listen.
Verse 14.
We need to listen.
Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all thine heart, O daughter of Jerusalem.
Yeah, they got us surrounded.
Just like I said in the beginning, only those few were able to learn that song. So we sing aloud, we cry aloud, and we praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in the midst of us being afflicted, all the way to the end, and not being defiled, not wavering, not going to the left, not going to the right, set straight forward down that righteous path, being guided by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
That's right, brother. This is going to be beautiful because we still got to go through the virgin. That too. But pure, virgin, clean, different aspects of it. Follow, he said these follow the Lord wherever he goes. And the mouth, no guile. So and the first fruit, they're gonna be cool, Hopefully I can build with y'all out here again tomorrow or something like that. I don't know, you know what I mean? Or sometime this week, something like that.
However you want to do it, just let us know.
Yeah, we're checking on it and see what's up tomorrow, maybe, Go fishing. All right, because we have to go fishing and teach out there. Fish out there too. Where we fishing at? So we're gonna wrap it up, man. Yeah, we're. All right, any more precepts before we end it? I don't want to end it, but we got to because it's better. Okay. All right. We'll be right back. We're gonna end it on this one just in case. So we want to say Ka,
Alayim, La, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Ha, Rakah, Kudash, Mama.
All right, double line to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and Salawam to you, Aki, and Menakwad to the children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. We may be right back. We're gonna take a break and talk about it. We gotta huddle up.
Shalom.